In this video, I will not be reviewing a Wii game. That's right, just as the intro stated, I'm not reviewing a Wii game today. I'm reviewing the brand new Nintendo 3DS. Jealous much that I have a 3DS? No, of course you're not. You probably have one too. But we got a lot to cover in this video, so I'm going to get started right away. Alright, now in this video I'm going to explain the features of the 3DS and what comes with it when you unbox it. When you unbox it, you get the wall unit, you get the unit itself, you get a charging cradle, which I'll talk about that in a little bit, and a pack of AR game cards. I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. And you can also buy extras for it. I bought a few extras. I bought the car charger and the care and maintenance pack, which the care and maintenance pack, it comes with 3 extra styluses. It comes with the game holders, and it comes with the protective screens for your DS and a cleaning cloth for your DS. Now, I also bought 2 games for my 3DS. I bought The Sims 3 and Pilot Wings Resort. Now, I'm not going to review the games in this video. I'm going to make a separate video for just the games because I just want to review the functions of the 3DS in this video. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the features of the 3DS. And first of all, there is 2 cameras on the front of the 3DS. They're kind of hard to see, but there's 2 cameras right on the front. That's a little better to see. There's 2 cameras on the front. And on the back, there's your slot for your games. And these games are backwards compatible. So you can use your DS games for it, your regular DS games. There is the stylus in here. The stylus is really cool because this is the normal stylus, except it's telescopic. So you can extend it up to 2 inches, which is really neat. And there is a place for your headphones right in the front if you want private sound. Inside, there's a camera on top, just like on the DSi XL. And there is an analog button here. There's your D-pad and your buttons there. There's your home button down here. Right down here, it's going to be very hard to see on camera. There's your microphone down there. There's a start button, a home button, and a select button. Now we're going to turn the machine on and we're going to see the features inside the 3DS. Alright, so I'm going to tell you all about the features of the 3DS and some of the stuff inside the 3DS that it comes with. Now, I'm going to open it up here and I'm going to show you that this is your 3D slider here on the end. This controls how much 3D or how little 3D or no 3D at all, because if you're playing because the games, like I say, are backwards compatible. If you're playing a non-3DS game, then the slider has to be off. So we're going to turn it on by hitting the power button. And when you turn it on, you're going to see the home page. It'll pop up here in just a second. Takes a minute for it to pop up. Okay. So we're going to start at the top here. And you won't have this movie if you take the 3DS right out of the box. You have to perform a system update. It's very important you perform that system update right when you get your 3DS and you start it up. So you're going to get this 3D movie, which is really cool. And this movie is of cup stacking. It's a popular YouTube video, and you got it here for 3D. You got your 3DS camera, which takes 3D pictures with the 2 cameras here on the front of the 3DS. First time on a Nintendo system, on a Nintendo handheld system, excuse me, we've got a Mii Maker. You can make your own Mii, just like on the Wii. And there is the AR games. That's really fun. I'll talk about that in just a moment. Those use those AR cards I talked about. Health and safety, basically saying don't play this for too long. Download and play. This is where you perform your system update from. You're going to hit system settings. You're going to hit other settings. It's going to take a minute here, but you're going to hit other settings. Maybe. There we go. Other settings, and you're going to go over 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and click System Update, the second one, there. And that performs your system update, which you want to make sure you do that. And Nintendo is going to put out another system update, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. what's going to be on the next system update from Nintendo. All right, now after you've done that, there's also a activities log, Face Raiders, which is a really cool game, Street Pass Mii Plaza, I'll talk about that in a minute, Nintendo 3DS sound system, which is where you can record sounds and make them sound like they're really fast or really slow or deep voice or really high-pitched voice, and then your game, whatever game you have in here. Now, we're going to talk about first the Face Raiders game. That game, you take a picture of someone's face and you shoot little tennis balls at their face. It's really cool. And then you try to defeat the big boss. Now, the Mii Maker is the same thing as on the Wii, except you can take a picture of your face, and when you take a picture of your face, it kind of makes a Mii that looks kind of like, a little bit like you. And we've got the Street Pass. Now, Street Pass is when you take the 3DS and put it into sleep mode by either pressing the start button and hitting sleep mode, or shutting the 3DS down just like that. You're now in sleep mode and Street Pass. When you are walking and you walk by someone who has a 3DS and they have the Street Pass enabled, it shares information. It shares Mii's and it shares game information. So that's really, really cool, and it shares with other users. Flip it back up to get it out of sleep mode. And also, there's a couple games on the Mii Street Pass where it's one where you are trapped in a castle, and the other people's Mii's will come and help you. So when you get someone's Mii and they come and help you, it syncs up and helps you. And also there's a puzzle on the Mii Street Pass where you make a puzzle, and other users who have the Street Pass enabled will give you puzzle pieces, and you give them puzzle pieces. It's really cool. Okay, now the activities log, when you have the Wii, or the 3DS closed in sleep mode and you're walking, it's a walking pedometer. And if you look up here, you can see right up there, it's hard to see, but I've walked 2 steps today, and I've got 3 play coins. Now, the play coins is in the AR games and in certain 3DS games, you unlock certain things with those play coins. You get 10 play coins every day. That's the maximum you're allowed to get, and you can carry up to 300 play coins at one time, so that's very exciting. Okay. Now, that system update I was talking about that Nintendo will put out in the next system update, if you look right here on the upper right-hand corner, there's a globe up there. It's hard to see, I know, because with the thing, but the globe is your internet browser. If you click it right now, it's telling you to go to support.nintendo.com because the internet browser is not enabled. It's going to be enabled in a system update that Wii is going to do about the end of May. They're going to come out with the internet browser, and you can browse the internet. And you can also download vintage Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games through the Nintendo eShop channel, which will be available. It's sort of like the Wii Shop channel on the Wii, except you can download Game Boy games and stuff. Now, the AR games is really cool. I wish I could show it to you, but I can't really show you the AR games because you have to have the camera in front, or have the card in front of the camera, and I can't hold the card and do the games at the same time. So I can't show you the AR games, but it's really cool because this little card you hold in front of the camera has all the information. The game registers, and you can play different games. Like there's a archery game, there's one that's a combination of billiards or pool and golf, and there's one where you're fishing, and the fishing one is really cool. I'm going to give you a little kind of Easter egg with the fishing game. If you play the fishing game on different colored surfaces, the game is going to register that, and you get different kinds of fish. That's a little tidbit for you. So that's the Nintendo 3DS, the features of it. It's really cool. I'm going to go and review in another video 2 of the games that I bought, the Pilot Wings Resort and the Sims 3. I'll review in another video. So that's the 3DS. I got to talk about some other things about the 3DS too. I'm going to talk about the charging case, the charging cradle. I've almost forgot to talk about the charging cradle. This thing is really, really unnecessary in my opinion. What you do, you get your charger, hook the one end into the wall, and you hook this end into the end of the charging cradle right down here. Okay? And when you hook it up, your Wii goes, or your, I'm sorry, I don't want to say Wii because I don't usually review DS games. Your Wii goes, your 3DS goes right inside this charging cradle. And it's basically a little charging cradle so you can charge the game. And this is, like I said, really kind of unnecessary. And also there's a little back down here so you can get your stylus out and you can get your game cartridge out too. And this is actually, it's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, you can have it charging and have it sit in this really cool charging case, which is neat. So like if you have it sitting at home and you're playing it on your bed and you can just flip it down into sleep mode just like this and have it charging while it's just sitting on your bed after you play it, which is neat. The charging cradle is free, comes with it, comes right inside the box with it. Whoa, I'm getting ready to drop my 3DS. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so the 3DS, I'm going to talk some other things about it really quickly. There's two colors you can get. I got the Cosmo Black, but there's also Aqua Blue you can get as well. Right now, there's only those two colors, blue and black. I'm sure by Christmas, they'll probably come out with one more color, and by next Christmas, next year, they'll probably come out with a couple more colors, I would imagine. But, you know. Now, here's some things I don't like about the 3DS. One thing I don't like about it is the price. It was, for the 3DS, the accessory pack I got, this thing, the charging case, the car charger, and the 2 games, it was like, I think, overall I spent $330. Originally, it was $369, but I had a couple... I bought it at Best Buy, so I had a couple of Best Buy rewards coupons, and I had a gift card, so that knocked off 40, it knocked off 50, 65 bucks it knocked off, or something like that. So I knocked off a little bit of money, but the price right now is a little expensive, so I don't know if you really would want the price or not, but because the price is it's a little pricey. When you can go out and buy the Nintendo DSi for around 179 bucks, so... You know, the price is a little expensive. Another thing that Nintendo is hopefully going to fix is the battery life. If you're playing the 3DS, full sound, full 3DS, and the wireless is enabled, your battery life is going to be 3 hours. And in a lot of the other Nintendo handheld systems, the battery life is a lot more than what it is. Like, I know my DS Lite, I can go ahead and charge that up, and I usually can play for about 5 days. I don't play straight, but I can play 5 days without having to charge it again. It's got good battery life, which is really nice. This thing's got crappy battery life. It only goes for 3 to 5 hours. If you have the 3D not enabled and the sound's not all the way up and there's no wireless and all of the stuff is turned off, you're going to get about 5 to 6 hours out of this. Not very good. But on the back, there's some screws on the back of the DS. You can take this battery out and replace it because it's a rechargeable battery. So Nintendo might come out with another battery and to replace this in a little bit. Who knows? So that's really the 2 things that I don't like about the DS. And also the other thing I don't like, but this is going to change over time. There's only I think 26 games out for the 3DS right now. Actual 3DS games. So there's not that many games right now, but in a little bit, and not all the games are out right now anyways. By E3 in June, they're going to come out with, I think, like 27 games or something like that, they said. So, or maybe it's 30-something. I think it's like 30-something games that's going to come out. So right now, it's not that many games, but hopefully by Christmas, we'll have a good selection of games because in June, E3 is going to be happening in California, and they're going to come out and they're going to announce all the new 3DS stuff for the holidays, for quarter 3 and quarter 4. Also, a game I'm really looking forward to. This is a game I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to start kind of a countdown to it. Is, if you remember the N64 game, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, they're coming out with Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. It's going to be in 3D, and it's going to be really cool. That was one of my favorite games for the N64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So I'm so excited they're coming out with that. So this has been a very long video. I know it's been a very long video, but there was a lot to cover. And take a look for my next video when I'm going to be reviewing my 2 3DS games I got. And that's really it. And also, you can always comment below and comment if you like the 3DS or not. If you've got a 3DS and you went out and bought one, comment. And comment about your 3DS stories as well. If you got an interesting 3DS story to tell, like maybe you waited in line, you were standing outside of Best Buy at 12 o'clock midnight waiting to get the game, comment, post your weird story. So that's it. And, of course, comment below.